Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap the second part of the Squid Game series. In this part, players compete against one another unlike the games in the first part. They have to betray their closest friends in order to live. So, what kind of betrayal will they commit? Who will survive in the end? Let's find it out. After surviving the game, Sung's team gathers in the hall. They enjoy some snacks distributed by the masked man. Unsatisfied with the portion, the Mafia's team cuts the queue for a second serving. Unexpectedly, the snack portion has been accustomed to the number of players. So, some of the players don't get their rightful serving and a fight breaks out. An angry player is killed by the Mafia in the fight. Turns out, the masked men do not care about the accident and continue their procedures. 100 million won is added to the prize pool and the body is put in a gift-wrapped casket. Knowing the unspoken rules, the Mafia's team decides to kill other players outside the arena in order to raise the prize pool and reduce the competition. The players start to make teams in order to defend themselves against the other teams. Meanwhile, a mysterious player is taken by a masked man to a hidden room, with the help of a masked supervisor. Turns out, the player is a doctor who helps the corrupt masked man to harvest and sell organs of the near-dead players. In return, the masked men will inform the doctor of the next game, so he will have a better chance of surviving. When the night comes, the lights in the hall are turned off. However, unlike the other nights, the players are ready for a war this time. The Mafia starts by killing a player, and fights break out on every corner of the room. Sung's team invites the thief to their team and saves her from the Mafia. They also try to save the old man but cannot find him in his bed. Turns out, the old man has saved himself by climbing the bed's barricade. He shouts and asks the players to stop their crime. Seeing the old man's action, the front man decides to end the war. The masked men who have been ready to stop the fight come in and bring the dead bodies out. Then, the cadavers are brought to the crematorium room to be cremated. On the next day, the remaining players are gathered to start the third game, with a team of 10 players. After last night's war, players are looking for strong male as their teammates. Sung's team ends up with 3 women and the old man in their team. Knowing about the next game, the doctor decides to join the Mafia's team with the information as a bargaining chip. Turns out, the next game is tug of war. The game is held on a tall platform, where the losing team will fall and die from the height. With overwhelming strength, Mafia's team succeeds in winning the game easily. Sung's team is matched up with an all-male team which is stronger. Before the game, the old man shares a strategy to win the game. In the early game, they lock the rope in their armpits and their feet locked to the ground. They use their body weight to tire the enemy and make them feel hopeless. However, due to the difference in the team's strength, they are pushed to the edge. At the last seconds, Cho commands the team to step forward 3 steps to destroy the opposing team's momentum and fights back. With this strategy, they are able to win the game and survive. Out of 80 players, 40 players survive and are gathered once more in the hall. The doctor is called once more to harvest the players' organs for the corrupt masked man. Turns out, masked man number 29 is supposedly complicit in the misconduct and the policeman participates instead. He is asked to deliver the harvested organs to a buyer with another masked man. The policeman witnesses their wrongdoings and is almost found out due to his reactions. After the operation, the doctor asks the corrupt masked man about the next game. However, they claim that they still don't know about it and will inform him as soon as possible. Unsatisfied with the reply, the doctor enrages and kills a masked man with his scalpel. He tries to run away but is chased by the masked man to the second game's arena. The masked man tries to calm him down to keep their secret safe. Suddenly, the front man shows up and kills both of them. The front man actually doesn't care about their wrongdoings, but he hates that the doctor is given game information that makes the game unfair. Meanwhile, the policeman and another masked man try to meet a buyer. They use a secret passage to get out of the building. Before meeting the buyer, the policeman's cover is blown up. The policeman shoots the masked man and infiltrates the front man's room. Hearing the gunshot, the front man rushes to the passage to find the traitor. He identifies the bullet as a standard Korean police bullet. He asks his subordinates to find the infiltrator immediately. On the other hand, the policeman continues to look for information on his brother. In the archive room, he finds out that his brother is actually a winner of the previous game. The next day, the players are prepared for the fourth game. Unbeknownst to them, the cadavers of the traitors are already hanged on the ceiling. The masked men ask for the players' forgiveness for letting the game's fairness be tainted, and remind them of the consequences should they do something similar. For the fourth game, the players are teamed up in a pair. The old man is left without a team, but Sung pities him and invites him to play. Due to the odd number of survivors, woman is left without a teammate and is forbidden to enter the game. Meanwhile, the rest of the players team up based on their compatibility. Unbeknownst to them, their team member is actually the one they will fight against. In the game arena, each of the players are given a pouch containing 10 marbles. They will play any agreed game with their pair, using the marbles as the wager. Within 30 minutes, a player has to win their pair's 10 marbles in order to survive. The old man is having amnesia due to his brain tumor and refuses to play. Sung shouts at the old man due to his panic. They end up playing odds and evens, where they have to guess the opponent's number of marbles hidden in the opponent's palm. As the game goes, the old man is prevailing and Sung is left with one last marble. In the last round, he is still wrong in guessing the old man's marble. Even though Sung is supposedly eliminated at this point, he exploits the old man's amnesia to change his guess and win the round. He continues to do so until he has 19 marbles. With only one marble left, the old man wanders the arena to recall his past. Sung forces him to play once more, and the old man proposes to wager all of their marbles in the last game. Upon hearing the proposal, Sung is enraged since he has 19 marbles in possession. The old man reveals that he wasn't having amnesia and was aware of Sung's deception. When Sung is swallowed in guilt, the old man hands him his last marble and thanks him for being his partner in playing his last game. After that, the old man is eliminated with Sung mourning his friend's sacrifice. Meanwhile, Cho and Ali decide to play the same game. With Ali prevailing in most of the rounds, Cho is left with only one marble. Due to his kindness, Ali feels guilty and trusts Cho's lie. Cho asks Ali to entrust him with his marbles, and he swaps it with rocks. After having 20 marbles in his hand, Cho survives and Ali is shot to death. On the other hand, the thief pairs up with another girl. They decide to share about themselves instead of playing. Upon sharing their past, the girl realizes that the thief is more worthy of surviving since she has her brother to take care of. They play a game to throw their marble the farthest with all the 10 marbles as the wager. The girl backs down and loses intentionally. In the end, the girl is shot with a big smile on her face. Subscribe to watch the third part of this series. Turn on your notifications, and leave a like and comment to help the channel.